How's it going, everybody? I hope you guys are doing great. In today's video, as I promised you last time, we're gonna talk about numbers and only numbers. What I mean by that, we're gonna walk through pretty much all of my rigs and what each one of them has in terms of cards. And we're gonna talk about the daily profitability of every single one of those cards as of today, as I'm filming this video, which is the 2nd of July. I'll show you how kind of they're set up in Hive and in Windows. And towards the end, we'll kind of combine everything together and we'll go through, we'll go to Ethermine and I'll show you how much Ethereum per month I'm making in July. So let's just jump into it right away. I made this kind of summary of my entire setup. As you can see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kind of NVIDIA rigs and then 2 AMD rigs. I've got a 1660 super rig with 6 1660 supers. I've got like I'm calling it the NVIDIA rig, but it has a mix of 3070s, 3080s, and one 1660 super. The 3060s, as you probably know and you've seen in my previous videos, you have to kind of put them in a specific configuration. So I actually have 3 PCs, fully configured PCs set up around the house that, where I'm running my 3060s in them. And I have my AMD rig. This is kind of the first rig that I built. My first video was a 4-card AMD rig, RX 580s, and that blew up. That has the most views on this channel so far since I've uploaded anything else, which is pretty awesome. That was like my first video that I uploaded and blew up. I love it. Since then I've added 2 cards. Let me correct this. So I have 4 RX 580s. No, this is a 590. 4 RX 580s, 1 RX 590, and a 480, and a mixed rig that has 6700, 2 6700 XTs and a 1660 super. I had to put it like that for kind of like power reasons and moving things around so that I reduce the load on certain circuits and whatnot. So this is kind of my current setup. I also have 2 cards that are currently not doing any work. I have an RTX 3070 that is not mining right now. I have a 1070 Ti that is also not mining. And I have my 6700 XT, which is my gaming GPU. I rarely mine on this card just because I use my computer so much for editing and for work and all other things. So I kind of needed to sort of perform. So I have these cards, which roughly, I'm kind of missing out on 60, 120, and 30. You're looking at 150 mega hash that I'm missing out on. I need to figure out what to do about it. So if we go and look at the daily profitability today, in July of 2021, things are still profitable. Yes, it is not as the highs of April and March and all of that, but things are still looking good. A 1660 super still yields you 1.74. This is all in USD, by the way. So let's just make sure that this is kind of shown. All prices are in USD. All right, 1.74 USD after paying off electricity, and I've put 10 cents per kilowatt hour. 3060 is gonna yield you 2.74. 3060 Ti is a little bit more. I kind of ranked them. 3070, since both the 3060 Ti and the 3070 does 60 mega hash, you're looking at 3.44 as well. 3080, 5.38. This maybe 2 months ago was doing more than $10 a day. I would probably say around $10 a day, like a 3080. So things have gone down by almost 50%. And in AMD, they're doing okay. They're not making as much as what an equivalent, let's say, NVIDIA card makes, just because the NVIDIA cards are a lot more efficient and they're newer and all of that. But they're still looking good. If you're making, if you're paying off electricity, if you're including the price of electricity, what you pay per kilowatt hour, and then you're making more on top of that, then it's profitable. Then it makes sense for you to run that card and have it mined for you. Anyway, 480 does 155, 580, 161, 590, 157. This is kind of weird. I would have expected that the 590 would make a little bit more than 580, and a 6700 XT is $2.45 per day. All of these numbers, by the way, that I got them on the 2nd of July, and I got them from NiceHash. You can go to nicehash.com and then check your profitability over there manually, where you can plug in all the cards. You can also go to what to mine, and it'll probably give you similar profitabilities. Mining Ethereum. I should have said that before. All of these, we are mining Ethereum. I currently do not mine anything else. Cool. Now let's look at how I kind of like configured my setups right now. So I've got my 1660 rig. This is the one, each one of them is doing 30. You're gonna be surprised, the temperatures are quite high. All of these cards are sitting inside the grow tent, and it's barely able to keep up. Where I'm living right now, we're pushing 35C, 38C. The other day, the real feel was 38C. So things are getting hot over here, and the cards are barely able to keep up. My AMD rig is on fire. I have to kind of figure out what this is right now. I have to kind of figure out what to do about this, because it keeps getting hot, it keeps crashing, it keeps giving me invalid shares, and some of them are thermal throttling. Like this 480 should do more than 30 mega hash. It's doing less than that. So this is the other rig. I've also got my mix rig, which is the 6700 with a 1660 Super. And I've got my NVIDIA rig that is running, the mix between 3070s, 3080 and 1660 Super. All are relatively hot. You'll notice that some of them are a little bit hotter than the others. It depends on the placement and airflow, and if a card is kind of facing another card sort of thing. I've kind of configured them in a way so that they're not too hot, but still, I mean, this is my AMD rig. It sits at the top of the grow tent, so all the hot air is coming from below all the way to the top and kind of making everything significantly hot. I'm gonna go down and try to fix these soon. All right, so now let's look at Ethermine right here, and you'll be able to see, roughly speaking, how much I am currently generating in terms of Ethereum, per month. As you probably see, I've got 8 workers running, which are all of my rigs and my 3060 PCs, and I've also got my the Chia rig, the Chia miner. It has a 3060 Ti inside of it that I'm also mining on. So I've got 8 workers running. If I turn on my gaming PC, this becomes 9, roughly about 1.1 gigahash per second. That is my total capacity. And then today, 2nd of July, I am making 0.03 Ethereum per day. That is the equivalent of $68 every single day. This is before electricity. Where I'm currently at, it's around 10 cents per kilowatt hour. So I would probably say, I pay maybe $3 to $5 maybe $5 every day in terms of, actually maybe $3 every day in terms of electricity. So I'm looking at like around $65 every single day mining Ethereum. The highs of this were double. Like when, I don't know why Ethermine is acting funny, but I was making almost 0.05 Ethereum per day at one point. So, and then Ethereum was at 4,500. My daily revenue was roughly like 150 bucks and more sometimes. This is still extremely good. I mean, compared to the numbers in November and before that, when I was running the numbers back then, this was it was a lot lower than this. So I'm at 1.1 gigahash per second right now. I have maxed out. I can no longer add any cards. Just because electrically, I'm all maxed out. The reason why I had to kind of park these cards on the side, well, these two specifically, is because of the issue that I had in the previous video. There was an electrical problem, and I had to decommission 2 of them so that I lower the load on one of the circuits, and I kind of like, I feel a little bit more comfortable about what's loaded on those circuits. So, but we're looking at 1.2 total capacity. There's roughly yielding me right now 0.03 Ethereum. So these are the numbers that I'm getting right now on Ethermine. I get a payout almost every 3 days because the minimum payout, well, the payout that I've selected for Ethereum is 0.1, and they pay me to my wallet. So every 3 days I get about 0.1 ETH. Things are going to get a little bit interesting with EIP1559 that's coming in July. So you know, in probably a couple of weeks, if the developers roll it out, you know, I'm gonna be seeing a dip in this, but I'm okay. I've been accounting for that. Now, I want to finalize this video by saying, by talking about my strategy around what I'm doing with this Ethereum. There's a lot of strategies out there. You can hold it for the long term, kind of the hodl strategy. You can sell some of it and keep some, or you can sell all of it. Personally speaking, I've been selling everything that I'm making, and I will continue to do so until EIP 1559 hits. This is purely because of personal circumstances. I invested a lot in these setups, and I had to you know, I had to pay back all of these, you know, all the credit card bills and all of that. So I've been selling things. And I also believe that the prices where I was selling, I sold at 4,500, and I sold at 4,000, I sold at 3,500. So it's not like I sold all of my money at a high, all of my Ethereum at a high or at a low. We are still way higher than what Ethereum was back in January. So I still feel good about, you know, the prices that I'm selling at. Now, will I probably regret it going into the future? Nobody knows. It depends how long the bull bear run kind of lasts. My goal is we're gonna hit EIP 1559, and I will stop selling any Ethereum that I produce after that, and I will hold for the long term. And then moving on, maybe towards the end of the year, or maybe in a couple of months, I might move one of the rigs, maybe the mixed rig, to mine something else, you know, like speculative mining, such as Raven coin or another coin that I think might, you know, have potential in the future. I'm still uncertain about what coin that's gonna be. So, quick video right here. I just wanted to show you my entire setup, the daily profitability of the cards that I have right now, the total profitability of my farm, and my personal strategy on what I'm doing with my Ethereum. All right, thank you very much for watching. If you found this video helpful, I'm kind of starting to make this channel a little bit official. Originally, I was like, oh, I'll just post a couple of videos and we'll see what happens. But I'm loving what I'm doing, and it seems that, you know, the viewers and you guys are liking kind of this content. I see it in the views and the comments. So I'm kind of starting to make things official. So I would appreciate if you're a viewer and you found this helpful, please subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna change the name fairly soon. I'm still not sure of what I'm gonna call it. And I'm gonna make a logo and start to kind of like, you know, make it like a little bit of like a branded channel. Still debating of how, you know, what that is gonna look like. Anyway, I don't want to keep on talking for too long. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you found it helpful, let me know down in the comments. If you have any questions, also let me know, and I'll respond to them as soon as possible. Have a great day. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.